Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Toad Learn Code. So it's the first lecture, first video of JavaScript in which we're gonna discuss about var, let and constant and primitive data types and objects, right? So let's begin. What is programming? So programming is nothing but a way to communicate with computers, to interact with computer, right? In any language we want, either English, Hindi or anything. So uh, we're gonna give him a proper command, proper statement, so which he can understand what the user want me to run, right? Want me to done. So after that we also know one thing: computer is a very dumb machine, right? So we have to give him proper instruction by which he can run the code very precisely, very properly. If we give him the wrong instruction or a little bit differ in the statement we declare, maybe it's gonna show us an error or it's not gonna run, right? So it's done, and we're gonna know about what is ECMAScript. So basically ECMAScript is the standard script for JavaScript. JavaScript is basically based on ECMAScript. So now we're gonna think about why where we use JavaScript. So JavaScript is basically used in web development, and there are other many cases of using JavaScript for front end, back end. So how to use JavaScript? So there are three methods in which we can use JavaScript. First, we can use our any browser, and in which we have to open console by inspecting it, and we're gonna start writing our code over there. The second method is to use Node.js. We can use Node.js and type our code over there, and Node.js gonna run that code, that JavaScript for us. And third and most used method is using a code editor, in which we gonna make a folder in which we're gonna make a file of JavaScript and a file of HTML. So we're gonna link both files to each other. In that HTML file, we're gonna add the boilerplate code to it by using shift and exclamation mark. Then in body, we're gonna add script source, our JavaScript file name, like index.js, so that both gonna uh, compile to each other. Now we're gonna start writing our code in JavaScript file index.js. So we're gonna start our we completed our basic introduction of coding. Now we're gonna know about the topics. The first topic is var. So what is var? Basically var, let and constant, all three are a type of container in which we're gonna add some kind of data, right? There is some basic method to adding data, just like we speak English or write English, we have to use grammar, right? Just like that, we gonna use basic syntaxes and basic properties, so which our code gonna run just like grammar. So var, let and constant, both three are a kind of container in which we're gonna store some data, and that data gonna run after we add some uh, kind of code to it, like console.log, the name of the file, or that let var constant name. It's gonna run on our console, right? For example, if we are using with let, so how we gonna run it? We can write let space a is equal to 1. So and then we're gonna write console.log a. So what it means, we assigned console to run that a code for us in the console, right? So basically it's so 1 because we write a, so it's gonna run a. We also use to calculate basic mathematics to advanced mathematics using JavaScript. So let's know more about these containers. So var. So var is a global scoped container which can use globally, not under a box, not under a container, right? So anything we add in var, we can change it after, we can change it anytime we want, because see, var means variable, right? So what is variable? Variable means anything which can varies. So yeah, we can change it. Variable is global scoped. Variable can be updated, can be redeclared within its scope. But for in case of let is block scoped. Blocked scope means it gonna work in a block, like in a container. That a container means like brackets, right? Curly bracket, that parent bracket, it it gonna run under that. But basically what I understand, we can run let anywhere we want. We can we can use let as a global scoped variable. We can use write it globally and it gonna run. Same with constant, but there is basic differences between all three. let is uh, let is a block scoped. Let can be updated but not redeclare. And in case of constant can neither be updated nor be redeclare, right? So how can we use this things, right? So for let, I also already give you an example. Let's give it again. Let a is equal to 1, let b is equal to 2. And if we're going to use a name or a word in place of numbers, we have to add quotation marks. You know quotation marks, right? We're gonna add quotation marks in which we're gonna add a word or a name to it. Either without using quotation mark, it's not gonna run. And after that we have to add a semicolon to it. So after writing let a be 1, let b be 2, in console.log we can write console.log a plus b, and in the result section we can see a plus b is equal to 3. So 3 gonna print. Same, we can use same with variables, same with let, same with constant, but the basic difference in in all three, we can change variable anytime we want. We can use a multiple time in our code. If we write let a is equal to 1, after that we can also change a in another lines of code. We can write let a equal to 9, let a equal to a name. But in case of let we cannot change the name, right? If we declare let as a global scope, like let a is equal to a, when we cannot redeclare it as b. Let a is equal to 100, let a is equal to a name like Bob, right? And in case of constant can neither be redeclare nor be updated. But yeah, let can be updated. We can we cannot give it the same name, but we can give it the different name and it's gonna work properly over there. So they are the basics. Now we're gonna know about primitive data types. So there are a few primitive data types, just like null, null, number, boolean, biglet, undeclare, and string. So now we're gonna know about this by using basic codes, right? So I'm gonna, in most of the case we're gonna use let, right? So just use let. So let a is equal to a number, like let a is equal to 1, let b is equal to null and new double l, let c is equal to a name Bob, in that quotation mark, under a quotation mark and a semicolon. And after that let d is equal to undeclare, let e is equal to true. So these are they are the basic codes. And now we're gonna print it and they're gonna show us what type they belongs. We're gonna use console.log type of a, type of b, type of c, set type of d, and type of e, in which we're gonna add comma to all the types, right? Type of a comma type of b, type of c, and that kind of format. So if we're gonna run, what we saw type A gonna print as number because A is equal to 1. B gonna print as object because output null's output is object. And C gonna give us string. We get string in case of numbers, right? Sorry, not number, in case of word, in case of names, any alphabetical chain of characters, we get string. After that, for undeclare we got undeclare. For true we got boolean. Boolean means true and false. So these are primitive data types. Now we're gonna know about object. So in object block we can add multiple data to it, multiple lines of data. For example, we can use let o or obj or object or anything, any alphabet, any variable you want. Let I is equal to your curly bracket. Under that you can add the data, just like name is equal to Bob. And we can use quotation mark because name need quotation marks. After that we can add job profile. So there is space between job and job space profile, so we also gonna have to add quotation marks to it. After that we're gonna add job profile as xyz, and again we're gonna add quotation marks. And we're gonna add salary. Salary is equal to 100k. And after that we write object. We're gonna write console.log print o. It's gonna print in a single line name Bob, uh, job type, whatever xyz, and salary 100k. If we want to add something to our object box, we can just write the first what is the name of the object box, just like we use o. So we can use o dot, we're gonna add working days, right? Working, working days days. Then we're gonna add wait a sec, let me. So the working days is equal to bracket, 5 days a week in that bracket, because we wherever we use space, right, we have to add the quotation marks to it. After that it's gonna run properly. So here we complete our object box and also add a add-on to it. Now we're gonna run it our console. It's gonna show all the data, including that additional data we type. So here what I learn about the basics of HTML is the lecture 1. So lecture 2 is come around next day. Yeah, today is 12 November maybe. Yeah, 12 November. The next lecture I'm gonna upload in on 13, sorry, on 13 November. So let me gonna check what next lecture is about. Yeah, it's about expression and conditionals. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Learn with Toad Learn Code. Yo.